that's when you receive directions, and so that's number one. Number two is my relationship with my wife. Of course, the smallest community or the smallest form of community is the family. And being married, your second priority should always be your spouse. No? So yan yung ano. So as long as you have a healthy relationship with your wife or with your husband, you're okay. The number three is your family. So me being married and having a kids, that's my three sons. They are one of the greatest blessings that I received from above. No? Having three children, having three sons. No? They are a gift. We don't own them, but it's a privilege, you know, that's given to us. Given to me and my wife, because you know, having to raise three kids is really a blessing. Number four is, you know, my job right now. You know, where I am right now.
Being the group chief in
being the group CFO. It's a local company. It's a local company. It's a family-owned corporation as well. But I can see, you know, how the owners view the employees, the customers, and the community. So, talagang hands up ako sa the way they manage the company.
You're really, you believe in their advocacy?
Yes. What actually really surprises me is that you know, being a local company, they doesn't function as a local. No? Aside from the benefits, aside from the salary compensation, it's really, you know, at par with the multinational company. Kasi I used to work for one of the most loved brands, Coca-Cola. I used to work there for 9 years. Having worked there, you know, the compensation, of course, in a multinational company, it's really rewarding. Now, when I transferred here, I didn't know that there's some, you know, some local company that can really match, you know, the salary that I'm receiving, and even the benefits. But aside from that, as I've mentioned, they really value, you know, relationship. They also value. When I say relationship, it's not only about employees, it's not about customers, but it's also your relationship with your belief, regardless if you're a Catholic, you know, a born-again Christian, or other religions. Kasi every morning we have a daily, we call it a morning meeting. So we started with a prayer, exercise, and then reading of the general creeds. That's daily in all offices, in all stores nationwide. So doon ka nakita na, oh, it's aligned with what I believe in, na talaga number one priority should be, you know, your relationship with God, and then your relationship with others. So that's kaya sobrang ano ko. So yun, and then after that, so I have number one talaga is God, number two is your spouse, number three is your family, number four is your work, number five is your ministry. So that's when, you know, you need to share your blessings, not necessarily monetary, but also your time, your skills, and everything.
So how do you define a successful person?
Successful person is really, you know, once you reach a point wherein you are contented with what you have, that's when you reach success.
Do you consider yourself a successful person already?
Yeah. So having said that, you know, I have a good relationship, with God, having a great relationship with my wife, with three sons, as part of my family, you know, a decent job, and now I'm sharing also because me and my wife is really active with couples ministry in our church. So that's when we share, you know, our testimonies as a couple, what we learned as a process during our marriages. So having said that, that five aspects, I would say, yes, I consider myself as successful.
Are you the kind of person that you share in the community as well? Or
yes.
how
yes.
do you...
Although I'm not yung pinapublicize. I don't normally publicize. So just like for example, when I celebrated my 40th, katatawa pa, 40th, na 40th birthday. So, I celebrated it with dun sa elementary school where I graduated. Kasi I came from sa province na public school, elementary elementary public school ako nag-study. So, I celebrated my 40th birthday.
May tungkol saan po yan?
Sa San Miguel, Bulacan.
Bulacan. Sa Bulacan po kayo lumaki?
Yes, sa San Miguel, Bulacan. One of the, actually siguro mga 5 kilometers away from the highway. Papasok yung namin, yung barangay, yung barrio. And Jollibee, it's not a known, it's a known in the TV, but they haven't been to Jollibee.
Very probinsya po talaga.
Sobrang probinsya talaga, puro bukid talaga sa amin. So nung nag-celebrate ako ng birthday, I brought them Jollibee. Jollibee foods, and even si Jollibee na po. So doon ako nag-celebrate. So that's one example, but I never publicize. It's really, the community that I feel na hindi na-reach ng mga known foundations, kasi may mga outreaches talaga na intended dun sa mga talagang parang organized na ng mga community. So ako, I make it a point na yung someone na I know na, kasi I know where I came from, so at least I know when I share blessings to the person or to the people that I know. So,
what made you decide na gusto mo makatulong sa community?
Because siguro I felt, and now I'm still feeling na where I came from. I came from the province, talagang medyo malayo na province. Not necessarily sobrang layo, pero meron pa naman toothpaste, meron naman sabon. Pero I know how they feel. I know, how they, what are their dreams are. So, siguro that's when I started to realize na I'm blessed. I'm blessed now that I need to share blessings as well to others. Siguro that's why I'm being blessed, because I need to bless others.
Can you share a little background about your family?
About my family, I came from a broken family actually. So my mom got pregnant when she was 24. Nag-work na siya. Hindi pala. 22 yata, I can remember. 22 or 24. I have 4 siblings. 2 eldest brother and 2 younger sisters. Ako yung in the middle. So if you can imagine, so meron ng sariling family talaga, and then my mom. So I grew up actually in the province with my grandparents, with my lolo and lola, because my mom, of course, she needs to work for my future. So she works here in Manila, and she often go home every weekends lang. Every Saturday, Sunday lang talaga siya. So yun, so talagang lumaki ako sa lolo at lola ko. So initially I was a spoiled brat, kasi my lolo talagang doon ako nakasama eh. So normally ang lolo medyo tolerant yan sa mga apo, di ba? Sobrang bait sa mga apo. So doon ako naging parang spoiled brat, na anything that I want nakuha ko. But he died when I was in grade 3. So doon yung bigla kong siguro na-realize ko rin, and siguro my grandma made me realize na hindi pwedeng gano'n. Kasi siya yung disciplinarian yung grandma ko. So doon talaga ako natuto na maging disiplinado. Kasi kami na lang magkasama kami dalawa na lang until high school. Kasi high school namatay na rin siya nung magka-college. Perfect timing talaga, kasi nung magka-first year college na ako, I need to go to Manila to study. And wala siya makakasama sa bahay. Siya lang naiiwan mag-isa. So,
nung nag-college kasi, sino yung kasama nila?
Mama ko na dito. Dito na sa Manila yun. Dito na.
How did you handle yung pagkawala ng lolo mo?
Lolo ko, it's a setback, no? Kasi syempre siya yung nakikita ko sobrang bait. Although siguro what I am right now is also part of that, no? Bakit medyo ano rin ako, medyo maluwag kasi my grandpa or my lolo is really very generous. Ang ano pa niyan, kahit sa mga lolo, sa mga ano niya, sa mga ibang apo niya, pag alam niya kumukuha ng pera sa bulsa yung mga apo niya, pagka pupunta dun sa bahay every weekends, ginagawa niya talaga, he makes a point na naglalagay siya ng pera doon para kaya nung nilibing siya, ang daming nakipaglibing na hindi namin kakilala. Kasi sobrang bait niya talaga. Kahit siya magpunta ng ng other barangays or barrios, marami siyang kaibigan. So to me, it's a setback, no? Pero siguro, yung support system, my grandparent or my grandma is still there. So yung mga titos and titas ko na, in the community, I was able to cope up with it.
And at a very young age na experience mo na yung ganong loss. As a parent, are you this disciplinarian type or are you the same type sa lolo mo na very generous?
At the start kasi, ang sabi ko nga, when I was growing up, wala akong father figure eh. Kasi nga nawala na yung lolo ko when I was in grade 3 and then my dad naman has his own family. So wala talaga akong father figure eh. So initially, very hard-headed. Sobra akong idealistic. Sobrang disciplinarian. No? But then suddenly, when I was, siguro part na rin nung being maturing as well. And also nung naging active ako sa church namin. That's when I realized, in one of our lessons, there's a God's way pala of parenting. So, doon ko